Hello everybody, welcome to this video. My name is Colleen if you're new here, and today I'm going to be making a Kung Pao shrimp. So let's get started. Here we have the ingredients we're going to be using for today's video. We're making Kung Pao shrimp. And this recipe was inspired by Joyous Apron, so I will link that recipe down below in the description box. I am missing a few ingredients and I'm going to make a few changes, so there will be some minor adjustments, but most of it is very similar. So just to run through the ingredients, I have 16 ounces of medium shrimp, 1 zucchini, 4 garlic cloves, 1 red bell pepper, some scallions, brown rice because I'm going to serve this with rice, some ginger paste, red pepper flakes. The recipe calls for red chilies, and unfortunately I couldn't find them in my grocery store, so that's, a bummer because Kung Pao shrimp is kind of all about the chilies, but we're going to make do with what we have, so I'm going to substitute some red pepper flakes for at least that spicy kick. I also have some olive oil, and then for the sauce, some cornstarch, some coconut aminos to substitute soy sauce since we don't really eat soy in this house, some toasted sesame oil, rice vinegar, and then I forgot to mention also just a can of sliced water chestnuts. So we'll go ahead and get started. I just filmed the ingredients and I almost forgot that you also need about 1/3 of a cup of peanuts for the stir fry. So secret ingredient. Also, if you are wondering why I look like this, it's because it's getting a little cold in New York, and every Wednesday I meet up with some girlfriends and we go for a long walk after work and just chat and get our exercise in, some added steps. So I just got back, so that's why I'm like wearing my new running jacket, my cold weather top, and my ear warmers. So sorry for my appearance, but this is real life.
I keep a photograph in which we were in love, caught in your eyes, waiting for the sunrise. I barely even knew who you were. What did you do? I didn't care, 'cause you were perfect, I swear. But somebody told me that it's over. I know it's true. You made me happy for a while. I remember fleeting times when we slept on top of cars. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too. I remember fleeting times when we watched the sparks so fire. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too. Stars shone in our eyes like the lights of fireflies. We were obsessed and we felt warmth in our chests. Your heart was full of dreams, it made you feel extreme. Give me a sign if you keep it in mind. But somebody told me that it's over. I know it's true. You made me happy for a while. I remember fleeting times when we slept on top of cars. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too. I remember fleeting times when we watched the sparks so fire. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too. We knew we'd be forever young.
So next I'm going to make the stir fry sauce, so I'll show you how I make that. everybody. So we are going to heat our pan over high heat. I wish I had a wok, but I don't. So we're making do with just really good pot that's going to hold the heat really well. So I've heated up my stove. The recipe calls for vegetable oil, but I'm going to use sesame oil because I like a little bit of extra flavor. So that's what we're going to cook the shrimp in. And I'll let you know in advance that once you start going with this, the process happens very fast. So you want to have all of your ingredients prepped and ready before, because pretty much you're just adding everything to the pan like 1 minute, 30 seconds at a time until it's done. So I'm going to let that heat up for a second. It's pretty hot already, so I'm just going to go ahead and add the shrimp. Let's just make sure that that's really ready. Okay. And this is just frozen shrimp that I've defrosted. Yeah, you can always tell if it's ready because it'll sizzle. And this is pre-cooked shrimp. So, you know, you could always get the kind that comes gray, the raw shrimp. But I like to buy it already pink. So it really doesn't take that long to heat up at all. In the meantime, I'm just going to prep my ginger because I'm using the paste form. If you wanted to use fresh ginger, fresh sliced ginger, you certainly could. But I'm just going to put it in the spoon. Nice big spoon of ginger. Now I'm trying to make up for a little bit of spice here because I don't have the chilies, so I want that shrimp to still have the pow in it. Alright, so this is going to go pretty fast. So shrimp's only been on for about a minute. So now we're going to go ahead and add our chili flakes. If you were using chili peppers, then you would add them now. But I gotta make do, so I just put a tablespoon of chili flakes in there. The ginger, our minced garlic, okay, and I'm just gonna give that a stir real quick. I'm looking at this pan now, I'm realizing I probably should have picked bigger shrimp. These are medium-sized shrimp, but they actually look really small now. What are you gonna do? You know, sometimes it's hard to tell in the store. All right, and the stir-fry sauce that we just made is gonna go in there now as well. There's some cornstarch in there that wants to stick to the bowl. Okay, and just let that cook for like 30 to 60 seconds. It really doesn't need long at all. Actually, I might even add a few more red pepper flakes because I'm just looking at it and it doesn't look like the ratio that I really want. So let's add. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. I just lowered the heat a little because it's actually like bubbling up a little bit too fast for my liking. All right, now we're going to add the zucchini and the bell peppers. And that's just going to cook down for like a minute until it's just softened. It smells so good. Like, there's a certain smell that like Chinese food or like Asian food just smells so good. And I like my zucchini pretty soft, so I am going to let this cook down for a minute because I don't want my zucchini, like I want it to be nice and soft. Okay, so it's now cooked down pretty well. So I'm just gonna add the water chestnuts. Bam. The peanuts, 1/3 of a cup, and some scallions. I'm actually gonna reserve a few scallions for garnish. And mix that up. This is looking pretty good. Oh, I'm always so relieved when recipes come out well. You know, I will say this recipe called for sugar. I believe it was brown sugar, but I could be wrong. But I will put sugar in desserts. Like, yesterday I made some skinny pumpkin pecan bars, and it called for brown sugar, and I just don't want to put sugar in anything. So I did buy raw organic coconut sugar at Trader Joe's, which is supposed to be just a little bit better for you than cane sugar. So I will use that, but in a savory food, I just don't feel comfortable putting sugar in, so I'd rather just skip that step. You know, I'm like, why add it? Like, there's so many other flavors in there. The sugar is just an additive that I feel like I don't really need. In a dessert, yes, but something like this, no. So I definitely wish I had bought bigger shrimp, because now that these shrimp have been cooking for a little bit, they are so tiny. Like, that's how, that is so small. It's like silly. So I definitely wish I had bought bigger shrimp, but you live, you learn. Next time. So this is done. I mean, you could call this done right now. Well, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is the finished Kung Pao shrimp. It came out so good, everybody. I really hope that you try it. This is such a delicious and healthy recipe. And as you can see, I served it with the brown rice and with some dumplings as well. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next video.